Alright guys, what are the easiest specs to play in World of Warcraft right now for Season 2? Everybody's queuing. I'm getting 2-minute queues on any DPS I play. It's incredible. You guys are ready to go. So I'm going to help you out with what are the easiest specs and what are the hardest specs to get into. Alright, your favorite streamer, we're going to do my main right off the rip. Because dude, your favorite streamer is going to put me at easy or medium. I don't know, he's smoking some good shit. I don't know what game you guys are playing, but I'm S-Class Hero number 4. That means I'm rank number 4 in the entire world, and it has been far from easy. I have to precog every single juke against rank 1s and your favorite cheating streamer with MC bugs to even be viable. My defensives don't even work when the dampening knob hits 20% when everybody else's does, so I take triple the amount of damage. Our Soul Leech and Demon Armor hasn't been buffed since Legion. It's just been slowly decaying over time. Blizzard, fix my spec. Affliction is right behind you. Thank God we've got the buffed 50% Dark Pact. It's the only reason we're even surviving long enough to do anything. Oh, and by the way, Drain Life isn't gonna do jack jimmity cricket against some 3 rank 1s trying to PvE you into oblivion. What kind of game are you guys playing where you think Warlock is in an okay situation right now? It's far from okay, guys. Again, these people, and me included, have to do a triple line of triple X before every shuffle to even stand a chance. Holy smokes! I'm gonna give you guys some easier ones. Play Holy Priest. Not only can your favorite streamer do cheat codes and bug out my pet for an even bigger handicap, you're already god tier and can full lay of hands somebody in one Serenity Global. Your life is good as a Holy Priest. Very, very easy. Disc Priest is very, well, easy as well. Your Atonement Healing is all looking nice. I don't want to make this a tuning video. I'm going to make a tier list next, but you've got buffs coming in. You're going to be even easier to play. You're going to be sitting pretty. And then as far as Unholy goes, I would say you're pretty medium. You've got pet kicks, max range grips, and many different things to pay attention to. You've got your work cut out for you. It's not as simple as pressing a one-button rotation. Alright, Resto Druid. You've got some amazing throughput, but that doesn't mean you get to be irresponsible. That doesn't mean you get to stay in cat form for days. You need to be a healer first and play your other roles second. Alright, it's a hard spec. You've got some different roles and different situations to balance. Alright. Survival Hunter, we're going to put you at medium. Used to be very hard, but they've actually toned back on some of the complexity, making it a little bit more straightforward. Boomstick is pretty straightforward as well. You're sitting pretty as survival. And I know you're catching some nerfs, but it doesn't matter. Your playstyle is delicious, and that damage has to be traded for where it's lights out. Now, Feral Druid. Feral Druid is actually pretty hard, and I'm going to tell you why. Verse Mastery is usually what you guys rock with, making your Cyclone a lot slower, so you get punished harder. Not to mention you've got AoE, bleed, ticks to worry about and manage, but you're a cat. Cats have 9 lives. You're sitting pretty, baby. Preservation Evoker is going to be very hard, because it's not as simple as just dream breathing. You've got to make sure your teammates are all in the same area, and take it from me being the number 4 Destro in the entire game, the number 19 Afflict. A couple of those shuffles I actually did lose. It's because me and my Prez Evoker were back in Africa and China separated, playing opposite sides of my nest and things like that. So it is very hard for Prez Evoker. You know, you've got a spammable sleep, but at the end of the day, you've got a job to do, and your job is to fly around and be a damn dragon, right? That's what wings are for. That's what wings are for, dragon. So fly, baby. Fly! How do we feel about demo, guys? Demo. I would put you at about medium. You've got a lot of pet management to deal with, but you are a lot more tanky. You've got stuns, so you can solve hard problems on our hard knock life as Warlock. Devastation Evoker. Devastation Evoker is going to be a very easy spec. You guys are very straightforward with your damage profile. You've got dragon stuns for days, and you're extremely mobile. And most of the time, you can actually cast while you're flying. Nice. Windwalker Monk is going to be coming at an easy spot here. Fist of Fury and Rising Sun Kick is pretty straightforward, as well as your defensive capabilities are maxed, giving you a wall and magic defense at the same time. You can also parry attacks from the front, giving you a superior tactical advantage against melees up close and personal. Next up, we've got Frost DK. I'm going to put you at easy as well. You've got some nice burst capabilities. The Dope Spike Amine. The Dope Spike Amine is delicious with Frost DK. People have to trade or it's lights out. Next up, we've got Devour Demon Hunter. Very easy. Spam your Devours. Do your little ninja combo. And pop bottles, baby. You're looking very easy to play. Resto Shaman is very hard. It's not as easy as dropping a simple totem. You've got a lot of different things to cycle through and a lot of different IQ points to score. And if you're a novice and you don't know much about the game, Resto Shaman is not going to be the spec for you. Now we've got Shadow Priest, one of the coolest specs on the list. We're going to put you at medium, because it's not as simple as putting up a dot and mind flame. You've got a whole arsenal of tentacles and shadow abilities to cycle through. You've got some team-wide utility that needs to be maximized. Alright. Outlaw Rogue, we're going to put you at hard. Roll the bones, and rolling the dice is never a guarantee in life anyways. So add that and 1,000 other complexities and you've got a pretty hard situation here. Boomkin is going to be looking medium rare, not well done on this stake. And that's because the HP gains are paying dividends, complementing your playstyle and quality of play. Your bear forms are doing better. All of your damage reduction is sitting harder. And your heals are juicing better. So you're sitting pretty. Sub-Rogue is going to be pretty difficult with the DR changes that just came through. You're going to have to be well aware, and if somebody DRs your stuns, your go is basically going to be non-existent. However, the Gore Fiend's bite is kicking with some horsepower, and that bleed is looking really fun. So have some fun on Rogue. Marksmanship, we're going to put you at easy. Okay, now keep in mind, if I was ranking this for just Battlegrounds or Blitz, this would be totally different. But I have to include Arena 2s and Solo Shuffle. Alright? You're stationary at the end of the day. That's the only reason that you're going to be on easy and not very easy. Your damage is very straightforward, guys. Team Sniper. Who doesn't like being the Team Sniper, right? It's a very good spot to be in. Elemental Shaman, we're going to put you at medium rare. Almost well done. And that's simply because your damage is just kind of lacking at the moment. Now that doesn't change the fact, is it easy to play or hard? This is not a tuning update, I gotta remember that. It is actually kind of difficult, guys. You've got a lot of different spell schools to cycle through. You've got quite a few totems to manage. And you've got to get your hexes on cue. There's a lot of things you got to do and your casts are kind of slow. So the choices you make tend to be tough choices. Alright. Assassination Rogue, we're going to put you at easy. Your Garrote, your Bleeds, then send the Kingsbane and the Envenoms. Lock somebody down with Kidney. Maybe throw out a bomb or two and you're looking good, baby. Enhancement Shaman, we're going to put you at easy as well. Doom Winds, when Doom Winds knocks on the door, that's when everybody hits the ground running. This spec is fun with some juicy off heals as well to save the day. A great 1v1 contender, and it actually can't even be kited anymore because of the universal slow nerf, making it even more easy and fun to play. BM Hunter is going to be coming in at very easy big pimpin', and I'm going to tell you why. You can do all your damage while you're on the move, and you can also the only thing you really got to do is land a trap. It's a pretty easy win condition in my opinion. Just land a trap and not screw up trap If you do screw up trap, then everything's going to be a wrap. Because now you're going to be useless for your team. So just remember that, Big Pimpin'. Alright, Augie Voker. Augie Voker is going to be very easy. Eruption, Ebon Might, rinse and repeat, and fly around like a dragon. You have wings, you might as well use them. Mistweaver Monk is going to be very, not very, but easy. And the reason why is because you're the best single target heals in the game, very straightforward, and you're extremely mobile. And I believe they added to where you can actually cast Soothing Mist while you're moving, which is incredible. Makes it a whole lot easier to play Mistweaver, baby, no matter how you slice it. Now when it comes to Havoc, I would say you're medium rare, almost well done on this burger. And the reason why the steak is not hard or easy is because you actually have some setup with your burst, with Essence Break, your glaives. Everything requires a few globals of setup, making it a little bit harder for newer players. It's going to land you right there in the medium. Now for Arcane Mage, you're actually very difficult, guys. You've got one school of magic. Whether you fake on a poly or fake on a prismatic bolt, either way you're going to be locked out. And when you're locked out, the team gets locked up and shut down. So you got to be real careful. And it's hard to juke a prismatic bolt because it's such a long cast. And you can't really juke arcane missiles because then you lose out on synergies, puts you in a very difficult situation as an arcane mage. Alright guys, Fire Mage is going to be easier. Fire Mage is very straightforward. You got double fire barriers and a cheat death mechanic in the form of Cauterize. You've got Combust in every ability you press slaps. I predicted fire would be S tier, baby, but it's also one of the most easy and fun specs to play. So take a nice ride on the Fire Train Express. Frost Mage, we're going to put you at medium. That's because you've got to put everybody on ice. It's not as simple as just pressing Ray of Frost. You've got some responsibilities to do. You need to be blizzarding people, frozen orbs. You need to be putting everybody on ice. Alright, that's your job as Frost. You need to make the entire arena your blizzard. Alright, Holy Pala. I'm going to put you at medium as well because if you trade wrong, you're going to be up the creek without a paddle. Alright, it's a big trade contender. Now you do have some nice buffs. Well, we're not talking about buffs, but as far as playstyle wise, you've got a lot of answers. But it's not the easiest spec to master, guys. It's not the easiest spec to master. Ret Paladin is very easy. Super straightforward damage. You got a universal toolkit that applies to any type of situation, so you're never caught off guard, giving you the tactical advantage on literally every single spec in the game. Big Pimpin'. Arms Warrior, we're going to put you at medium because I see you guys get dropped like the pot is hot. Sit in D stance, Big Pimpin', if you ain't got the skills to remember to swap to battle 5 seconds later. You guys are going down to Chinatown on Warrior, but I will say this. If you can get the stand swap management under control, trade effectively, use your ignore pains on Q, you're going to have a lot of fun. It's pretty medium though because you've still got to get your partners out of fears. If you want to maximize, you've got disarms, talents to swap up. That's what puts you on medium. Okay, Fury Warrior is going to be one notch easier, even more straightforward than arms. And even your defensive, you just continue to bloodthirst right on through. So it's like, you know, I would say Fury is a bit easier than arms. You know, you just rampage and bloodthirst, that's it, right? And then we have the tanks. And by the way, guys, all the tanks are very easy, guys. Very easy. Whatever tank you pick, go step out into World PvP or a Battleground. You're not going to go down. You can hold your node. You can run the flag. You can have some fun. All right. All the tanks are easy, guys. All right. So this is pretty spot on for the meta in general for Season 2 and just universally. This is the hardest specs to play without a doubt and the easiest specs. I'd love to know if you guys disagree with me anywhere. And just remember this, your favorite streamer put my spec on easy. They just passed you the ganja. And now I'm telling you, I'm taking the ganja that they passed you, throwing it on the ground and telling you this is the real shit.